look, I think the rich are going to get richer, the poor are going to get poorer. You guys know that I believe the middle class is being eliminated. It is so clear that the middle class is being eliminated. Um, and so I do believe there's going to be more people that can afford the high profit, low volume items. But once upon a time, middle class people could do that. I don't think any middle class people are going to be doing that anymore. So you're going to have to, if you're going to do high profit, low volume, you're going to have to make sure your network includes those people.
This is Secrets for Success.
Welcome to the Secrets for Success podcast. I'm your host, Greg Todd. Thank you, as always, for joining me. I'm going to discuss Trump today. Yes, I know some of you are going to be pissed off me. Some of you did. Whatever. Come on, just calm down. All right. You're grown adults. Let's figure out how we can make some money here. Let's figure out what the market is doing. Let's make sure that you can take care of yourself. You can take care of your family, because there are lots of things that are happening. It's been about 45 days since his inauguration. He's signed a lot of things into executive order, and he's made a lot of executive orders, I should say. And I think there's enough. What I'm good at is just seeing, okay, this is what's happening in the marketplace. This is how it's going to directly affect some people. This is how it's going to indirectly affect people. Okay, what do you need to do? What is it that I need to do? Okay, I have a responsibility to serve my audience. I have a responsibility to prepare you guys. You guys, trust me for that. And so let's just talk about it. So let's talk about what's happening now. If you are a big Trump supporter, you're probably happy because all the things he said he was going to do, he's doing, right? Then on the other side, it's affecting a lot of people in a very negative way. But I understand this. I understand the law of polarity. And the law of polarity means that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. By the way, that happens all the time, right? So like right now, all these government-based programs are being cut like crazy, okay? So I don't think it's hit Medicaid yet, but they say that's probably next in line, right? They say no Medicare and no Social Security stuff is going to be hit yet, but these are politicians. We will see. All right. But there's a lot of government funded programs that are being cut like crazy. Now, will this eventually help us? I don't know, but I do know that there are people directly being affected in a very negative way. Okay. And it's a lot of people, because like, I remember when I was growing up, having a government job was like the dream, because government jobs, you're safe, you're cush, right? They're not going to touch that. Well, a lot of people that have been in their government job for many, 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 many years, like they're getting touched. And they're unemployed, and they probably haven't created new skill sets as fast as we have done in the private sector. So there's probably going to be a really tough time for them to get reemployed. So you're like, well, that ain't me. Well, it's going to directly, or I should say indirectly, affect you. Because if those people ain't got money, a lot of those people are your customers. A lot of those people are the people that are going into your clinics. Okay. So they can't afford you anymore, or they can't afford what they were paying you. Right? $25, $35, $50 copays. It's kind of tough to come by when you got a job, right? You charging $200, $250, $300, $375 for cash-based services, a little bit more difficult, okay? I mean, I know I have some clients who are in the Washington area, and people are putting up their homes for sale like crazy in the DMV area, because a lot of people had federal-based jobs and their jobs are gone. So, okay, great. It might affect us in a positive way, in that maybe they're going to take this money, and maybe it's not just going to be for Trump and his boys and the posse. Maybe it's going to eventually allow us not to pay federal income, federal taxes, or maybe property taxes. It's not going to be as much a responsibility. Maybe it will directly, positively benefit us. But again, with everything, that there's a reaction. There's an equal and opposite reaction. So I just want everybody to understand, this is what's going on, and there's more to come. All right. We don't know what's going on right now with Russia and Ukraine, and we know that Trump has got a little heated with the boy Zelensky. Okay, look, at the end of the day, here is what I am seeing. What I am seeing is that government is going to continue to be downsized at a very, very high level. Okay. I have known this from when I became a physical therapist. Whatever government does, other bigger companies tend to follow suit. Okay. You take out DEI, the other companies take out DEI. You don't do this, the other companies stop doing this, right? It kind of gives them an out because at the end of the day, this is America, and America is all about the mighty dollar. That's what they're about. And so we just have to understand that things are going to get cut. Now, let's also talk about the tariffs. Okay. Again, I get it. Some people think it's wonderful. Some people think it's awful. Right. At the end of the day, what I can say is this: things are going to get more expensive. Okay. They're going to get more expensive. There might be more American made things. These companies, if they're going to get taxed with tariffs, guess what they're going to do? They're going to make us um, pay tariffs as well. So that means that everything on a whole is just going to get more expensive. Okay. So I say that to you all because I believe people, like always, will have discretionary money. I just don't think it's going to be near as much as what it was in just like how in 2024 compared to what it is in 2025. Just like how in 2024 it wasn't as much as what it was in 2023. In 2023 it was still good, but it wasn't as much as it was in 2022. Okay, I think 2020 was kind of like it was crazy times, but there was a good influx of money. I think buying was very low. I'm talking from a standpoint of like interest rates, etc. I don't see that changing anytime soon. So what does that mean for every single one of you? I think this is what it means. I think most of you need to create a low price, low profit, high volume service. You're in healthcare. You are trading most of your time for money. I'm assuming if you're following me, you're trying to not trade your time for money. I teach low profit, low volume. I teach low profit, high volume, which means you're seeing a crap ton of people, but you're doing it in a way that people are coming into your information, coming into your community. They're getting accountability from you. They're getting some of your tools, but they're not paying a lot of money. They're not having the discretionary income of 300, 400, 500, $1,000 per month. It's just getting tighter, man. So you gotta have to create something that's low price, low profit, and it's a high volume, very valuable service. Can you do that? Well, if you're gonna do that, it's gonna have to not be directly attached to your time. I think this is going to get really, really popular over the next few years, just because I think people's this discretionary income's tightening up. I do think that there's going to be room for HPLV, which is high profit services, low volume. Look, I think the rich are going to get richer, the poor are going to get poorer. You guys know that I believe the middle class is being eliminated. It is so clear that the middle class is being eliminated. Um, and so I do believe there's going to be more people that can afford the high profit, low volume items. But once upon a time, middle class people could do that. I don't think any middle class people are going to be doing that anymore. So you're going to have to, if you're going to do high profit, low volume, you're going to have to make sure your network includes those people. And then there's high profit, high volume. And I don't think a lot of you are going to be able to do that yet. But I do think that that's definitely another avenue you want to look at. Okay. And I think that those are going to be the bigger establishments. So I think that there's going to be a lot of people that in healthcare that are going to start to help other businesses. They're going to help other businesses with some big problems that they have. I actually have one student right now that's helping universities and getting paid sizable amounts of money to help universities. Okay. They're paying like in the five figures for one client. I'm talking I'm talking 60, 80, 90K for one client. Okay. I think those opportunities are going to be readily available. And I think those are opportunities you need to capitalize off of. You guys, this is what I'm seeing in the market. Okay. Now I know we're 45 days in and things can change a lot in the next 90 days. So if you're listening to this podcast a year later, you're like, oh my God, you were totally wrong. Well, look, man, I'm always just looking at what is happening right now, what's going on now, and what we need to be doing right now. And so as of right now, that's what I see. And I'm always going to do my best to give you guys what you need to do now to win. Because I know that there's just too many of you that are losing and you're losing like profusely. You're losing aggressively. You are so good at losing. And I don't want you to be good at that anymore. I want you to be as good as you're at losing. I want you to change that to just being really good at winning. And I think in order to be good at winning, you have to be in front of something before everybody else moves to it. So take take it for what it's worth, what I said on today's podcast, and I hope that helps you and serves you. Much love to you guys. Till next time.